AITA for exposing my best friend's affair at her wedding after she made me her maid of honor. I 28F used to be best friends with Jenna 9F. We've known each other since high school. She was like a sister. So when she asked me to be her maid of honor, I said yes without hesitation. She was marrying Mark 31M, a genuinely great guy who treated her like gold. But here's the kicker, Jenna has been cheating on him for over a year. I found out by accident. She left her phone on my couch and went to show her. A text popped up, "Last night was amazing. Can't believe you're marrying him in 2 weeks. T." I froze. I knew who T was, her coworker. She'd always said he was just a work friend. I opened the thread. My hands were shaking. It was full of explicit texts, secret hotel meetups, and even a selfie of the two of them in Mark's house while he was away on business. I felt sick. I confronted her. She didn't deny it. She laughed and said, "Come on, every bride has her fling. I'm just blowing off steam before locking it down." I told her if she didn't come clean, I would. She called me dramatic and said I'd ruin the most important day of her life. So, I kept quiet. Until the wedding day. When it came time for my speech, I stood there, heart pounding, looking out at a room full of people who didn't know who she really was. So I said, "Jenna, you've been like a sister to me, and sisters tell each other the truth. So here's mine. I can't stand up here and pretend I support this. Mark, I think you deserve the full story before you make vows to someone who's been cheating on you for over a year." Dead silence. Jenna screamed. Her mom started crying. Mark walked out without saying a word. I was kicked out, obviously. Update number 1. Mark texted me later thanking me. He said he'd suspected something but didn't want to believe it. He's staying at his brother's place, has already spoken to a lawyer. Update number 2. Jenna has blocked me on everything and is telling people I ambushed her out of jealousy. A few mutual friends cut me off, but others messaged me privately to say they'd heard rumors too. Update number 3. 2 weeks later, Mark sent me a voice note. He said, "You didn't ruin the wedding. You saved me from marrying someone who never actually loved me." He said he's focusing on himself now and that he might move to a new city to start fresh. So Reddit, AITA for nuking my best friend's wedding because I couldn't watch a good man get blindsided. AITA for cheating on my fiancé before our wedding and blaming my maid of honor for ruining everything. Yeah, I already know how this sounds. But before you paint me as the villain, let me explain. I 29F got left at the altar 2 weeks ago. My best friend, Rachel 28F, my maid of honor, exposed me during her speech, said I was cheating on my fiancé, Mark 31M, and that I didn't deserve him. Now I'm being called a liar, a cheater, and worse online. But nobody seems to care why I did what I did. Mark and I had been together for 5 years. He was sweet, loyal, stable but cold. We hadn't had real intimacy in over a year. He refused counseling. Said it was just a phase and I should be patient. I begged him to meet me halfway. He shut down. Around that time, I got close to T, a coworker. It started as venting, then dinners. Then one night, we kissed. It felt like being wanted again. And yes, it became physical. I'm not proud of it. I was scared. I kept thinking I'd end it, but every time I tried, I felt like I was choosing between being dead inside or doing something awful to survive emotionally. I never planned to marry Mark and keep cheating. I honestly thought, if I committed to Mark fully, it would reset everything. I'd change. I just needed the wedding to be the new start. Rachel found out about T 2 weeks before the wedding. She went nuclear. Called me disgusting. Said she wouldn't let Mark be another idiot husband. I begged her not to say anything. Told her it was over, but she made up her mind. At the wedding, she used her speech to blow everything up, in front of everyone. She didn't just tell the truth, she humiliated me. My grandma had to be helped out of the room. My niece was crying. Mark left without saying a word. Our wedding was cancelled, our relationship over. Rachel said I deserved it, but here's what she left out. She'd always had a thing for Mark. She hated T from day one. And she didn't warn me she planned it. She waited until all eyes were on me to drop the bomb. So yes, I cheated. I betrayed someone who didn't deserve it. But did I deserve public execution on the biggest day of my life? So Reddit, AITA for what I did to Mark, or is Rachel also the A for deciding she was judge, jury, and wedding wrecker? AITA for destroying my sister's marriage after finding out her baby is actually my fiance's. I 26F recently found out something that has flipped my world upside down. I was engaged to Liam 28M. We'd been together for 5 years, and I thought we were solid. We bought a house, planned a small beach wedding. My older sister Emily 3OF was my maid of honor and my best friend. She had a baby 6 months ago, her second child with her husband of 10 years, Jake. Everything unraveled when I saw her baby's face next to Liam's. The baby had a rare birthmark, same spot, same shape as Liam's. I laughed about it at first, even joked, "Hey, he looks more like Liam than Jake." But Emily froze. I noticed. She brushed it off, but her face said everything. That night, I couldn't shake the feeling, so I did something terrible. I took the baby's pacifier while I was babysitting. Sent it in for a DNA test with Liam's hair from his comb. The results: 99.9% match. I felt like I'd been set on fire. I didn't confront her right away. I confronted Liam. He cried. Admitted they hooked up once after my bridal shower, when he got drunk, and Emily comforted him. He said it was a mistake. He didn't know about the baby. Emily, on the other hand, admitted she knew. Said it was one stupid night, that she panicked when she found out, and that telling the truth would ruin too many lives. So I told the truth for her. I sent the DNA results to Jake. No explanation, just the file. Cue nuclear war. Jake left her, moved out with their older child. Emily's been begging me to undo it, saying I've destroyed 2 families over one night of drunken grief. Liam moved out. The wedding is cancelled. I'm currently in therapy trying to figure out what the hell just happened to my life. My mom says I should have handled it privately, that I acted out of revenge. Emily claims I've doomed her baby to grow up without a stable home, just to punish her. But what was I supposed to do? Smile and show up as an aunt to a baby that's the product of my fiancé cheating with my own sister? So Reddit, AITA for exposing the truth and burning 2 families to the ground. Update. AITA for exposing my sister's baby as my fiancé's and destroying 2 families, 1 year later. It's been just over a year since I found out my ex-fiancé Liam fathered a child with my sister Emily while we were engaged. If you didn't read the original post, yes, I DNA tested her baby after noticing a rare birthmark they both shared. Yes, it came back positive. And yes, I sent the results straight to her husband with 0 warning. Everything exploded after that. The wedding was cancelled. My fiancé moved out. Emily's marriage ended. She and her husband, Jake, now co-parent awkwardly, and her baby, the one that tore everything apart, is the unspoken elephant in the room. So, what's happened since? Well, for starters, Emily and I haven't spoken in 10 months. She tried once, sent me a long message about healing, regret, and how she hoped I'd be part of her child's life someday. I didn't respond. I couldn't. Every time I see that kid, I see what was stolen from me. Liam tried harder. He showed up at my apartment drunk 3 times, begging for a second chance. Said he'd raised the kid with Emily but wanted a future with me. The delusion. Olympic level. I blocked him everywhere. He's now living 2 towns over and sees the baby every other weekend, according to mutual friends. Jake, Emily's ex, actually reached out to me 3 months ago. He thanked me. Said, "You saved me from raising someone else's child while being lied to every day. He's dating someone new now. I hope he's happy. He deserves peace." And me, I started over. I moved to a new city, started therapy, and started dating again very slowly. Trust is still a work in progress. But I'm learning that being the one who exposed the truth doesn't make me the villain. That child will grow up knowing the truth because I didn't let them bury it. Do I regret how I did it? Sometimes, but the longer I sit with it, the more I realize some bombs have to go off. Some secrets deserve to be dragged into the light even if they burn everything down. So Reddit, 1 year later, do you still think I'm the a-hole for choosing truth over silence? Final update. AITA for exposing my sister's affair with my fiancé. Now I'm dating her ex-husband. Yeah, it happened. I never thought I'd be this person, but here I am. If you're new, a year ago, I now to 7F exposed that my sister Emily 31F secretly had a baby with my fiancé, Liam to 9M, while we were engaged. I found out via a DNA test. The baby wasn't her husband Jake's 32M. It was Liam's. I blew it all up. Wedding cancelled. Marriages destroyed. Family shattered. Fast forward a year, I was focused on healing, new job, therapy, starting over. One day, Jake messaged me to grab coffee. He said he wanted closure. I almost didn't go. But when I saw him, something clicked. He looked tired, heartbroken, but also real. We talked for hours. Not about what happened but about what came after. How lonely it felt to be betrayed by people we trusted most. How exhausting it was to pretend we were moving on when we were still bleeding inside. One coffee became three, then dinners, then silence after a kiss. We fought it at first, it felt wrong. We were tied together by too much pain. But eventually, the guilt gave way to something gentler, understanding. He'd seen me at my worst. I'd seen him when his world collapsed. There was no pretending between us, just truth. We kept it quiet, for months, until Emily found out. She showed up at my door with rage in her eyes, screaming that I was stealing her life, that I was raising her kids and sleeping in her leftovers. She said I was worse than she ever was, and maybe that's true. But here's the thing, Jake and I didn't build this out of revenge. We built it out of ruin, and sometimes, love grows in unexpected places even in the ashes. We're not rushing anything. We're taking it slow. He's still a full-time dad. I haven't met the baby yet, not sure I ever will. That line feels too raw to cross. My family is divided. Some say we're toxic. Some say we're brave. Most just stay out of it. But for the first time in a long time, I feel calm, seen, safe. So Reddit. Am I the a-hole for falling in love with the one person who understood the betrayal as deeply as I did? Or did we simply find peace in the wreckage left behind?